that we've been talking about basically this entire, or at least in the lead up to this game. God of Warriors, they don't seem to feel the most comfortable on the Urshifu, which has been such a pivotal Pokemon for Talon. So I don't know whether this is something that it's going to end up playing a big part in this upcoming game, but I can't imagine that Talon just let that Pokemon go undrafted.
Yeah, I mean, that is true, right? But at the same time, if God of Warrior wants to deny the Urshifu from Talon, they have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
No,
but
it's gonna be
immediately
the
Cynthia
slow,
off
bro.
the...
Yeah.
Yeah, off the back with the slow bro as well. So MXI, might be back to Snorlax duty this time around. So we're just going to see what they are going to pick this time around. It is the final game. It is Talon's championship point right here. I don't think we're going to see anything funky, but it's all down to, all safety picks and all premium picks right here for the grand finals.
Yeah, so of course, nothing too crazy here. Exactly what you would expect. The Dojo as well as the Urshifu, like we said, not really a Pokemon that we expect to see undrafted. And my turn now, like we were saying as well, going back to the boss Goss, gonna put the head on. It's time for serious business. He wants his grand final reset. But ooh, if we see a Gudra here, Gudra, one of the Pokemon that received quite a bit of buffs in this latest patch and was showing up in a big way. But of course, it's Kai. It's just messing around with us. Gonna go back for their stock standard stuff. Put on a masterclass on Clefable and looking to do it again. MXI back on Snorlax duty, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, MXI is just solid on the Snorlax thus far. Like, there's no complaints on the Snorlax, not much of a, overextension. He's always there for his team. And with the Snorlax and Clefable, we are likely to see a kind of like the same. We're likely to go back to the Death Ball composition once again from Talon. But, with Brone on the Dodrio this time. So, there's lots of movement and lots of coverage around. So no Hoopa, it's okay, but movement will come in the form of Dodrio this time around.
I am a little bit worried though, because God of Warriors, once again, I don't know whether they've drafted enough to deal with this annoying Dodrio. We've seen time and time again, if you don't have good chase down or lockdown for this Pokemon, he just gets away with so many uninhibited dunks that not many other Pokemon could pull off. So Talon, they have that tool up their sleeve. They're gonna finish things off with a Chandelier. So the latest Pokemon in Pokemon Unite definitely had his moments throughout the series today, but do you have a lineup that you're favoring, Moonboy?
Well, I like what Talon is having, right? Like, they literally have everything that they need in this matchup. They got mobility in the form of Dodrio, they got sneaky dunks, they got quick dunks with Dodrio as well. They got good healing coverages with Clefable. And, if, Blank go with the Wicked Blow or even the Single Strike, they have objective control as well. So, and stacked together with the Chandelier, those imprisonment, those well-timed disabled, would really deal with Blastoise and Slowbro with those slow beams and Hydro Typhoon as well.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the side of God of Warriors, they're playing a very traditional... What we saw back then, the Sylveon and Blastoise, every time you see them together, it's all about ripping these objectives. Now, I'm just a bit worried because we've seen this happen before to Blastoises where they can't get to that crucial level 9 and contribute in the team fight. Yes, you have the Sylveon and the Slowbro to sort of buffer out that early game stage, but against the Urshifu, if he goes for the Surging Strikes again, that is going to be one tough customer to deal with. But we are into what could be our final game of the day, Moonboy. Talon versus God of Warriors. This is your APAC-EAST WCS May Grand Finals. And if God of Warriors are able to take out their opponents here, it's going to be a Grand Finals reset.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be reset going up against championship point right here. As I would like to quote JJ Kun right here. It is champions time.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of which team it is, there will be one champion, and time will definitely be passing if that's what you're going for. But yeah, I mean, shouldn't be anything too crazy here. Interesting thing to note is that Blank is going to be back on Urshifu duty. So historically, in Talon's games that we've seen today, Blank has been playing specifically Single Strike, and Brone is the one playing the Surging. So not sure if that means we're going to see exact Single Strike here, but now some pressure on the Snake. Able to dodge away with that Mystical Fire though. So already adapting the build to allow for that additional tool with the dash from Mystical Fire.
And God of Warrior literally did control the top side. What they're trying to do is just control the cut full as much as possible so that he will come into the fight as a really late Urshifu. But Brone is not allowing it to happen. 4-man up on the top side as well.
Oh, no.
So they're just not allowing them to get bullied, and the cut full immediately goes straight right down. So the control is still in place for God of Warrior.
Oh no, that was not what you wanted. When your whole team commits their entire sort of fighting force to secure your early game, the last thing you want to do is eject button into 4 enemy Pokemon. That is not a good look. MXI trying to help out his brother Brone in terms of securing some of these last hits on the wild Pokemon here. Able to do so.
Yep, the bottom side is looking fairly okay for Talon, but the top side is fizzling at this point in time. So if they could just change this around and just let the Cup Full level up, let the Clefable get into the level 5 as soon as possible. If not, this might snowball into the middle game as well. So God of War have to control them as much as possible so that they can have this lead that they need.
I'm a little bit worried for Talon, I won't lie, because if you see where their Pokemon are on the map, they're just scrambling around in the central. Now, they do get a nice KO on the Snake, and now the supports might be worse for wear, but Brone doing a bulk of the work for the team here, creating a lot of space specifically for this Urshifu, now evolved to that level 6 to really just recover slowly.
Yep, and Brone level 8 onto the Dodrio as well, just moving around the map, taking wild Pokemon, assisting everyone, taking KOs as well. He's doing everything for the team at this point in time, and they have to keep this going. War Turtle is only at level 7, and you have to get to those level 9 ASAP before, we get to see more Blastoise shenanigans coming in from God of War. But for now, it's not going to be too impactful until that Blastoise comes online.
Yeah, Kai desperately trying to get some dunks in to get that EXP up. But even then, I don't know whether he's going to be able to make it to this bot engagement in time. And for a fact, Talon will be contesting for this.
Yeah, for sure. Talon right here already got good positioning onto that Regirock as they're already starting on it as well, just denying God of Warrior away from it as well. So a big Solar Beam might be possible to actually steal this Regirock away, but I don't think Talon will be allowing it to happen.
Yeah, here's the problem. The Mew needs to actually be in the game for that to happen. And God of Warriors losing that crucial Pokemon, the only one who could really afford a steal, but you already see the sort of shift in priority, right? God of Warriors, they send Snake to the top side, but that might have been a mistake. Already a lot of pressure mounting from Talon and pushing them back. MXI holds them at bay. They get the Regieleki, but their tier 2 Go Zone, it's under siege right now, and I don't think the God of Warriors lingering members can actually get anything from this. The Solar Beam and the Surf chaining them up, but Kai, the Clefairy, able to block out some of that damage. So Talon get away relatively scot-free. They do lose that Regieleki though, which has Brone on bodyguard duty right now, and they should be able to clean up this one quickly.
Yeah, this Regieleki is definitely going to be going straight right down. I mean, they are okay to lose the tier 1 because they got it back by scoring more into the bottom path as well. Talon is currently leading on points. Level Department 1 is fairly even, but the only weakest link for God of Warriors now is that Mew. It's not exactly doing too much impact. It's not exactly doing too much damage as well. So they have to start to get this Mew going. If not, it's gonna be a dead link in their composition.
Absolutely, and I think I've talked about this already. I don't really like the Mew on 77 Chin. Like, I know it's one of his signatures, but I just feel like he hasn't really made a convincing case for him thus far. Of course, he could change my mind in this game, and I'm definitely hoping for that to be the case. He has a lot of work cut out for him though, because a lot of the damage that his team needs to pump out will be on his shoulders. Now, still trying to contest in this top side. The Wicked Blow Urshifu not gonna save him from this situation, and Kai jumping in to try and help an ally, not gonna work out, and might end up paying the price as well. They're jumping forward, triple trample, but the Hydro Typhoon knocks both up, and no cigar there. Brone forced to turn tail and run and get out of there. But that's not if Cynthia has something to say about it. Nope, taking them for a walk around the park. Talon, I mean, they lose some members here. Brone is still standing, but it definitely doesn't feel as comfortable as it did the past few games for Talon.
Yeah, for sure. It's just so annoying, right? Like this three-headed bird just going around, just destructing you. And you have no choice but actually go out of position to actually deal with him. And he actually did put that Sylveon away from the fight so that they can have this Regice, but immediately going straight right to Talon once again. So, having 2 Regis under their belt is looking really good for Talon, but this Urshifu is not exactly doing its job.
Yeah, and that was a bit of an awkward engagement there. They had the slow beam out onto the Urshifu, but the Mew wasn't there to follow up. So really, it was only just an Eldegoss slowly hitting away. Kai in some trouble now. Brone cleans that one up as the Sylveon trying to look for an angle on the sideline. The Mystical Fire, little bulbs just blasting away as MXI. Nice little jump in there on the heavy slam, but no follow-up. Means that's going to be the end of that engagement.
Yep, and Talon immediately focusing their attention up to the top side as well. Just trying to break the top side a little bit more so that the Reggie Lecky have more space to actually move forward. But I don't think they have enough points to actually crack that tier 1. So immediately directing their attention straight right to the Reggie Lecky as well. And I don't think this is a good fight for God of Warrior to actually engage. They're really down on numbers.
Yeah, both teams, you can tell that this is a grand finals from how, not happy-go-lucky they're playing. They're all playing with a lot of caution. They're a lot more willing to give up things and trade certain objectives and positions on the map. And I mean, this patience will only pay off for God of Warriors if they continue this, because they need to hold on to their wits, right? You've seen them time and time again. The time where they falter is in the final stretch, when they just make one misstep, one overextension, and that's how they lose. Up against an experienced team like TALON, you can't do that. You need to be patient, and you need to find the right time to strike.
Yep, and you need to be really disciplined as well. When is it to go in? When is it to come out of battle? Because, retreating from battle is one of the toughest skills to actually have in Pokemon Unite.
Yeah, for sure. Just knowing when to disengage, because it's very easy to get caught up in the madness. I'll be the first to admit. Sometimes I get a little brazy with it, go a little too hard, and then I realize I've thrown the game. Trust me when I say, just now, oh man, you're out of position. It's a personal experience. I know what that's like because I've made that mistake. I'm just playing the citywide. Sometimes I'm right in between the tier 2 and tier 1 go zones. It happens. But right now, something else is happening. And this Regice, that's what's happening, going the way of TALON. So a nice little buff as we head into this final stretch here. And it doesn't seem like God of Warriors were able to really trade that or give that up for any sort of return, right? They're just cowering around. They don't really want to break out of this little bush area that they got near their side of the legendary pit.
Yeah, for sure. There's a fight that they don't really want to take, right? 13, 11, 11, 11, 11 from the side of God of Warrior. Yeah, and there's so much 11. But on Talon's side, they're at 13, 11, and 12. So, Talon is just looking really great into this fight as well. But there we have, APAC-EAST going in for the initiation, and God of War have to keep this follow-up.
Made an assumption that there were more in the brush there, but a nice little split aside there. Parting it like the Red Sea, APAC-EAST with that big bum of his. I don't know whether
top side.
Yeah, Sylveon going for a dunk. If they can just keep TALON at bay, if they can buffer this initiation, here they come though, TALON. They need to go through, but oh no! This poor Dodrio gets the triple through and finishes off 2 in one fell swoop. What is the answer from God of Warriors? It doesn't seem to exist. Just one sliver of HP was what the Dodrio was left with, but he made it work. And just like that, this Sylveon left the team alone in that situation. Stayed forced to slither back home. The Fairy Frolic just to get out of this situation. But TALON, what a team fight from them, and what a clutch move from Brone on this Dodrio.
TALON knows that there's 4 men down right there at the choke, right? The Solar Beam literally did a lot of damage to TALON, but the big Unite move coming in from the Dodrio just literally slaughtered everyone in that choke point as well.
No.
And right here, TALON is not allowing God of Warrior to rest.
Hydro Typhoon knocking up a few. TALON starting to drop like flies here. Is the turnaround possible? They have 42 seconds and the Blastoise and Snake are doing it. We talked about shredding objectives. It's the players of TALON getting shredded now. Have we called this situation too early? They need to find an opening. He has to jump in, knocking down all of them. 77 Chin, able to dodge away. So here's the dunks. They need to find more though. This isn't enough. All alone. 334 and they find it. 15. Is this double enough? They managed to inch it over, but it's not. It's not. Could this be the reset? God of Warriors, no way. 446 to 322 and 10 seconds left. All the Dodrios in the world couldn't make that difference. And just like that, how did this happen, TALON? You had it in your claws. And God of Warriors, they're gonna send this to a reset of the grand finals.
What just happened right there? TALON had a really good fight to take out most of God of Warriors, but those respawns coming in literally took most of TALON out one by one. The Rayquaza was not even in the picture for the final stretch, but it's all down to those big team fights coming in, taking TALON out one by one. And the Snorlax was the last line of defense, but MXI is 1 man against 3. There's nothing much that he could do, but Bro tried his best to score a little bit more, but it's just not enough. Down to the final second. 4-4-6, 3-2-3. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a reset.
God of Warriors, they came to fight, they came to play, and what a performance, inching it out at the very